Bob, and I am on live tonight to talk to you guys about consistent messaging and why it is so important in whatever venue you use to bring people in, to build trust, build interaction, and ultimately bring in the right people to your network. So, we're going to talk about that in relation to Instagram because it is so important that all the content that you put out on Instagram needs to have kind of a focus. And if you're scattered all over the place and you're just posting random stuff or things that you think sound good in the moment but don't necessarily relate to your specific niche or brand, if you don't have that consistent message, people are not going to stick with you, the right people, okay? So what I mean by that is, let's say for instance, one day you're posting about the importance of showing up every day and importance of cardio, or think of something, a lot of people, let's say somebody posts one day about, I'm going to show up and wake up at 4 in the morning and I'm going to work out, and that's what they talk about that day. Great. Okay, so your specific message might be time management, or it might be life hacks and workarounds that you could find in your life to make sure you get your business in. You know what I'm saying? Or not your business, but your workout in. Okay? Or whatever business venture that you're doing, whether it's posting on social media or whatever. But then, let's say the next day you go completely off topic and you're no longer talking about that thing, you're talking about something else, okay? And what it does is it creates inconsistency in your message, and people love predictability in their lives. They absolutely love it when people show up when they say they're going to, which I'm sorry, I'm a half hour late tonight. I'm a half hour late, sorry, but I'm here. I did show up. That's 80% of the battle is showing up. People love that predictability. They want to get that. They want to see you succeeding with that specific message. They want to see that. When they see that you have that foundation of knowledge and that foundation of success based on a consistent message, then they're going to not only follow you, but they're going to stick with you. Okay? And depending on how you reach out to followers, what's your method of bringing people in, it won't be everybody, and you're just going to have to let that go. Everybody who follows you could very well unfollow you tomorrow. And that's just part of being a social media business person. It's just, people are going to unfollow you, and that's just the way it is. I have people unfollow me all the time. I mean, I once lost 1,500 followers in one day on my Food Prep Life Instagram. I don't know what happened. They just disappeared. So, needless to say, that was kind of a stressful day. No, it wasn't bad because, I just kind of got over it, and guess what? I went back to posting. Actually, it was probably about 5 minutes where I was like, oh my gosh, what happened? And then I got over it, and I'm going to post now. I was crying while I was posting, but I was posting. You see what I'm saying? So, Melanie, nice to see you on tonight. Sherilyn, I see that you dropped by as well. Good to see you guys. So focusing and honing in on your message is relation to your niche, and I'm telling you that is a whole completely different topic, in which some of you have joined my boot camp, and guess what? We are going to go very deep into establishing a consistent niche, or it will be, the video is interrupting because my Wi-Fi is weird. So that's on me. It's not on you guys. Sorry about that. But in the boot camp, we'll actually dial down your niche. So, Melanie, you're in for a ride. We're going to make sure that you are taken care of. And for those of you who are interested in learning how to dial in your niche and get a consistent message going, so you can create that aura of trust among the right people on your Instagram, I'm taking new people into my boot camp all the way till Sunday. So, hit me up if you're interested in that. Anyway, off topic. So, consistent message. Okay. Here's a really good tip for you guys. So don't think that you have to constantly reinvent the wheel when it comes to the value you put out there. Because when you are trying to attract people in, and you're trying to you're trying to foster an audience for you to basically cherry pick from in order to coach, it's good that you have a period of time of value that you put out there, different kinds of points based upon your specific niche, but don't necessarily think that you have to spend months and months coming up with new content. So right here on my Instagram, Build Your Instagram for Leads and Sales Facebook page, I actually have in my computer what I call 30 points of value. And 30 points of value is basically 30 posts that I wrote that are related to my niche, which is very specific. I help health and wellness entrepreneurs build their Instagram and turn likes into leads. That's my niche. That's my statement. That's my vision statement. So I built 30 points of value based on that vision statement. And I basically take those posts throughout the month and I go ahead and I write them out every day. And I kind of change them now and then based on the flavor of what's going on. Maybe something with Instagram has changed, or I can just kind of gauge my audience in the Facebook group and see what you guys need and kind of change my message from there. But the posts are pretty much the same throughout. So what does that do? You say, well, geez, Rob, don't you think that's a little redundant? Well, no, and I'll tell you why. Because you're going to always be bringing in new people all the time. If you're not constantly adding to your network every day, one way or another, then, you know, as a network marketer, it's going to be extremely hard for you to build your business. So you have to be bringing in those new people every day. When those new people come, they're going to see all this value that you put out on your group or on your Instagram. And by the way, all these tips are on my Instagram as well, at Robert Fitton. Then they're going to see all this value and they're going to scroll back. I've had this happen to me. People join my group and I have probably about good 15 to 20 videos already recorded on this group. And they'll go back and watch them all in one night. And then they'll message me like, hey, guess what? I watched your videos. I'm like, oh boy, you had some real time on your hands. Well, and I asked them, I said, did you get anything out of it? And they're like, yes. And I'm like, yay, join my boot camp. So you kind of see how that works. A little method behind my madness. But I'm glad that, you know, I'm able to come on here and tell you guys what I do. So 30 points of value, and then what I do is I recycle it, and then what that does with the old followers is one of two things. Remember, some of them can fall off. That's just the way it is. That's part of social media network marketing. But your lifers will appreciate the reminder, or they might come up, they may start utilizing the old tip back in the day, but then when they see it, it's a reminder, or they might have to, like, you know, they might have a new question based on it, if that makes sense. So it actually works out really well to do that. And once you have that initial foundation of value that you're bringing to people every day, then pretty much the job becomes easy as far as creating content. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, what kind of value can you provide based on your niche is completely on you. And the thing about your niche is it's something that is extremely personal and specific to each person, which is why I don't invite a lot of people into my boot camp, because when my past boot campers saw, and now my new ones are going to see, fortunately for them, they're going to have a lot more time, whereas I only had 30 days the first time, but I adjusted it to make it 60 days. But they're going to see that they might come out with a niche initially. Like, I'm going to ask them, hey, what is your niche? And they're going to say stay-at-home moms. I'm going to say that's not a niche. That is a target market. What is your niche? Oh, then they kind of look at me like, what are you talking about? And so, fortunately, you know, in the boot camp, we're going to go over that quite a bit. But each individual coach on Instagram is going to have their very own footprint on social media. And that's exactly how you stand out among all the coaches, is you've got to have your own line in the sand that you draw. So what is it you love? You nail that down, you drive it down, and then you create 30 points of value based off of that. I said, well, 30 points is a lot. Not if you're dealing with something that you love. If you're dealing with something that you love to do, like for me, there's a couple things. Like with Instagram, I love Instagram. I love the app. I love the format, the images, all the little stories and live. I love everything about it. So it's very easy for me to come up with 30 points of value because I did all the research and development because I just loved it. I loved it enough to do it. Food Prep Life, my Instagram account, has 84,000 followers right now. I'm starting to generate that up to start creating courses similar to this one and stuff like that. And it's very easy for me to create 30 points of value from the food prep life because I love the food prep. So I don't know everything about food prepping, but I sure have enough passion about it to sit down and do the research and development and come up with 30 points of value and start recycling. Then that's when it gets easier. So anyway, once people see that you're showing up every single day with a clear, consistent message, with 30 points of value zeroed in upon your niche, that's when trust develops. And when trust develops, that's when people are going to start wanting to work with you. And that is the foundation of attraction marketing. That's how it happens. So that doesn't happen overnight. I'm going to tell you right now. And I tell my people in the boot camp this, that to really, really establish a strong footprint on social media, you got to stay consistent for months, 3 to 6 months minimum. Okay? That's showing up every single day. That's posting every single day. So you'll see in my build your Instagram for leads and sales here, you'll see that I post 99% of the time. I'm on there. I'm in there giving some sort of value, running a contest. And oh, by the way, we have a contest. We do have a contest that if you invite 2 people in and I accept them, you'll be eligible in a professional development book on Friday. So remember that, because I'm trying to build my foundation. I'm trying to get you professionally developed. So it's a win-win. Is mindset considered a niche? No. Let me tell you why. Because mindset is something that is talked about quite a bit among network marketing, health and wellness professionals, but that's something they don't necessarily learn until they start becoming network marketing, health and wellness professionals. Do you see what I'm saying? So, Melanie, you and I are going to sit down in boot camp. We'll figure it out. But the general mindset is so broad. Like my wife tried to do mindset as a niche, and it's just so broad, and it's very hard to narrow down within that exactly what you're going to do. So, not mindset so much as we got to narrow down exactly what it is you're putting out there. You see what I'm saying? Is what is your niche? We'll go over it. We have time. Since you are a student in my boot camp, you and I have plenty of opportunity to nail it down. So what I would recommend you do, don't stress out about it too much right now. Like I told you, if you don't know what your niche is right now, just show up every day anyway. It's called messy action. Show up, post 3 times a day. You're already doing more than 80 to 90% of other network marketers are doing out there on social media. If you're just showing up and you're just posting, you're already good to go, as far as I'm concerned. We're just all about in the boot camp and here on Build Your Instagram for Leads and Sales, narrowing down your message and getting the right people drawn in so that you are talking to the right audience versus talking to the masses, which absolutely does you no good whatsoever. Because then you're bringing in the wrong people. If you talk to the masses, you're going to be bringing in all these people like Joe Schmo from Arkansas, and you have nothing in common with Joe Schmo from Arkansas. And yeah, you may have sold him, your challenge pack, or you may have gotten your success point or whatever, but trying to coach him is impossible because you have nothing in common with them. So, we got to make sure we dial them to the right audience so that you are able to coach them, they're able to receive, and so on and so forth. So, and you do show up. Yes, Melanie, I will say you do show up quite a bit. Good on you. You're already most of the way there. It's just dialing it in and getting it specific. So, anyway, I hope some of that made sense. Again, I think that I hear my baby calling, my newborn. He's always wanting something from me, and I don't mind giving because he is truly a blessing in our life. But I thought I'd come on here tonight and talk to you guys. So if you have any questions or whatever, hit me up on the page. If you are interested, I am still taking people into the boot camp till Sunday. I got Anna Maria. She joined. Hello, Anna. Nice to see you. And you want to jump in there, hit me up on the messenger. I think it's a pretty fair price. Tons of value coming at you guys and an opportunity to grow your brand. Not just in relation to Instagram, but we just talk about branding as a whole, and we use Instagram as the vehicle to do it. So, okay? All right. So, with that said, I'm going to hang on here for 2 seconds and maybe take any questions that you guys have. I hope you guys like my studio here. It's actually the storage room on the second floor of my house. If I showed you the rest of this room, you'd be like, oh, actually, no, I cleaned it up. It's pretty good. So, and if you're wondering what this picture is, it's actually something that my daughter got while she was in Italy, and I framed it and I put it up here. So we had some professional family pictures taken 2 weeks ago. I'm waiting for them to be developed, and I think I'll put that right here, just so we have feng shui, we have balance. So if anyone has any questions, I'm just filling quiet time. Hope you're enjoying the page. Hope you're enjoying the value that I put out every day, because I sure enjoy putting value out there. I sure like to help you guys a lot closer too. That's what the boot camp is for. Nice. It is nice. Okay. Well, nobody has any questions. For those of you who hopped on, I really appreciate you coming on tonight, listening to me talk a little bit. If you want to watch the video after, please do. And I'm looking forward to seeing people win a professional development book at the end of the week, and working with my boot campers to get their messages nailed in, or their messaging, their branding, everything like that. So with that said, I'm going to log off for the evening. Thank you so much for joining me. How long do we have to send people to the group for the contest? By midnight Thursday. Got that? Midnight Thursday. And then Friday I'll come on Facebook Live and announce the winner. Cool, Melanie? Alright. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you all so much for joining me. You have a good night.